Let's go. Let's go. Thank you all for tapping into another episode of We Not Underscore Woke. We Not Underscore Woke. And I am your host, and hopefully I'm your partner in this journey that we're undertaking right now. I got a couple of videos for us to get into, but I want to say this real quick. We have enough to storm the castle. We have more than enough to storm the castle. It's just our willingness, our understanding of why this is necessary. I want y'all to check out these video clips so that y'all understand what we're dealing with. We can't allow this guy to surround himself with loyalists that's going to make this fight damn near impossible in November of 2028. We have to look ahead and take action now. Check this out.
Enforcement team last year. So I understand why you don't want to tell the American people who works there.
Yeah, I understand why you don't want to talk about Mohammed Solomon in your district.
In any event,
who murdered people.
Answer that simple yes or no question right now.
That rant of false information does not bring this country together.
The order to flag records related to President Trump.
To flag records for President Trump?
To flag any records which included his name.
I'm not going to discuss anything about that with you, Senator.
Eventually, you're going to have to answer for your conduct in this. And you won't do it today, but eventually you will. I yield, Mr. Chairman.
It's tough listening to these people. It's tough just hearing them talk. They have so much disdain for the criminal justice. They have so much disdain for the rules of law. They have so much disdain for each and every branch of the government. They have so much disdain for the American people that they will allow themselves to be in cahoots with a predator. Not just a predator, a ring of predators. To me, that means that you're culpable. For things that have happened to these women, to these victims, and I'm sorry that this happened to them, and I hope that everybody involved is punished. But with the people that we have in office, yeah, Pam Bundy's out, but we still got clowns like Cash Patel. We still got other people that are in full support of this clown. I'm going to tell you now, the ideal of power, the want of power is more dangerous than having power itself. Because when you want power, that means that there's some other person or method in which you have to go through to get this power. You will do anything to get the power. You will do anything to get the power, and you will do just as much to keep it, especially when you're dealing with somebody like Trump, who has power in his mind. And yes, he has power. He just started a war with no congressional approval, with no congressional oversight. So yes, in a manner, he has power. But he knows, he said it himself. He said, if we don't win these midterms, they're going to try to impeach me. He's not worried about being impeached. He's not. He's not worried. He's not concerned about being impeached. He go on and live his own old merry life if that's all that they do to him. What his fear is, the day that he gives up that seat of power, they're going to lock his ass up. They're going to lock his ass up in the largest conspiracy. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, because we can see what the fuck is going on and how this is this is a cultural trait. This is a cultural trait. This isn't something that just started. This isn't something that's new. In fact, y'all tap in with me later. My next episode, I'm going to tell you how this isn't something new. I'm going to tell you how the welfare system was created to do this very thing to our children. But right now, we on this. It does not make sense that you have the audacity to smirk. That smirk is the smile of ignorance to a fault. That smirk is the smile of loyalty to a fault. That's what that smirk is, because there's no way as a woman that you don't understand what these women, what these living victims have been through. And yet you smirk it off. And rightfully so, your ass should be out of office. And you should be getting prosecuted right now. You should be having your shit investigated right now as being culpable in trying to protect him from the arms of the law. If we don't get this man out of office now, the whole point of this, whether it's the Epstein files, whether it's the war, all of this, even if we go back to January the 6th, this information that is being used to control the United States government and the president, the seat of power in the United States, isn't any new information. This Epstein thing been going on for a long time, and President Trump has been involved in it for a long time, as the documents have, the files have laid out. His name is all over it for years. It's nothing new. But what the people, and I'm gonna say it's Israel, what Israel couldn't do with the previous presidents is that he couldn't rely on them to have the backing of the public if he put them out there. If this came out and the names started getting leaked and they were actually involved in it, he could not. So it was a card that he wasn't willing to play with any other president, even if their names are in the Epstein file, because he just didn't know how the American people would stand with them. Well, we showed him on January 6th when those clowns stormed the Capitol building, when they assaulted police officers, when they assaulted citizens, when they destroyed the Capitol building. Benjamin Netanyahu was sitting back like, now that's what I'm talking about. I can do something with this president because he has the backing of the people. He has the backing of the people. Not all the people, but he has backing of people who are already criminals, who already established as violent, who a lot of them have either done one or two things since he pardoned them. They've either gotten back in trouble or they've joined ICE. This is the things that we will have to deal with. These are the things that we'll have to deal with for many, 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 many years. And I'm not just talking about the 4 years after November 28th. I'm talking about this man is trying to become a dictator. Why? Because Benjamin Netanyahu and Israel needs him to become a dictator. They already have him under their control. They already see that none of the people in America with true power outside of him and the circle that he's created is doing anything about this. He's insulated himself very well because there's a method to this. There's a science to this. You can't become a dictator when you got people from the last one or two administrations still in there. So you have to remove all those. Some of these guys even got removed. Look it up. Because they failed loyalty tests. Loyalty tests. Not that they were incompetent in doing their job. Not that they weren't capable of doing their job. They failed loyalty tests. Loyalty to who? Donald Trump. Because he wants to, we have to pick up on these little details. We have to pick up when he say on things like when he say the midterms are very important, because basically I won't even get to achieve my goal of becoming a dictator if I'm out doing the midterms, because I don't feel like I have enough power. That's why I have this war going on. See, the war is for the midterms. The war is for the midterms. As he more firmly establishes himself and entrenches himself in his position, he further insulates himself. He's put these people in office as protective barriers. So these people who are getting fired now, Pam Bondi, Kristi Noem, these people are getting fired not because they weren't capable of doing their job. We knew that. You knew that when you hired them. He don't believe that they would go to bat with him because they're women and this shit is affecting them. They got women in their ears, family members on their ass about this. Believe that. Believe that. The people who do these things, it's not everybody. It's not everybody. It's just bad that they can control the people who want power by giving them some semblance of power, by putting them in these positions. And because they want that power, and once they get that power, they want to keep it, they're going to go along with the script. They're going to go along with the script. You know, I've never seen anything like this where the blatant control by another country was really being shown. It's out in the open. There's no hiding it. And yet we do nothing. Well, we don't decide to do anything now. Believe me, 2028, we got a dictator in the house. That's all it is to it. That's all it is to it. And if that happens, then the American people, as well as the American government, those who aren't in his little bots, we're in trouble. We don't have free healthcare. We don't have affordable housing, government supplemented housing for us, just regular people. We don't have that. And we can't even afford to have that if we're going to be a financial juggernaut globally. We can't afford to do that, because then that's taking away our abilities to fund our military. It's taking away our abilities to further our advanced technology in the United States. It's taking away so many things, but we'll still have the presence of dictatorship. So we need to wake the fuck up. We need to wake the fuck up and realize, like, listen, this is those times, man. This is those times where you ain't got to fight. You ain't got to fight. Don't go to work. Bullets, bombs, none of that ever wins wars. Ever. I don't care about Nagasaki, Hiroshima. None of that ever wins wars. Especially now that the nuclear threat is pretty much everywhere. Money wins wars. Money is what makes other countries get in and say, hey, y'all need to chill. Hey, chill. And enough of those countries come together and say, hey, this is affecting us economically. This is probably one of the biggest economical crises of modern day. And it's only going to get worse. We have to get that clown out of office, man, and we have to establish the power of the people once again, man. We not woke, man, but we can do it together, man. Listen, I need you guys to exchange information with me the same way I'm going to exchange information with y'all. I need you guys to be willing to stand up, man, and stand for this fight right here, man. The problem with Black people, we don't like struggle. We don't like struggle, so we won't fight for fear of that struggle as a whole. If that was true, we wouldn't be in the position that we're in right now, because we had plenty of reason to fight. The same thing that they've done to these children and continuing to do to these children, because believe you me, the war, the Epstein files, they're distractions for us from what's continuing to go on. And what's continuing to go on is the same thing that happened to these women already, these children already. And if we don't open our eyes and stop being distracted and stand up, so they won't be able to put all these things around us to draw our attention away from what's really going on. Because this is still going on. We're talking about a couple of fish. Man, it's an ocean of these sharks. And listen, we got to get it right, man. We got to get it right. Wake up, man. We're not woke. We not _ woke, man. Tap in. I'm with you. Your host, Solid.